Good evening, everyone. This is Stephen Akela, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee. I am your host, and tonight we are playing the LNC special meeting on July 13th, 2025. And we're going to go ahead with roll call. Mr. Malagon, whenever you're ready, sir.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, are you present?
I am present.
Mr. Dar?
I am here.
Mr. Redpath?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Here.
Ms. Yanuskavich?
Here.
Mr. Bost?
Present.
I am present. Mr. Vinson?
Yo soy aquí.
Mr. Lamb? Mr. Chatterton?
Present.
Mr. McGee? Mr. Nana? Mr. Thompson?
I am here.
Ms. Hayes?
Here.
Mr. Dassing? Mr. Ford?
Here.
Mr. Martin?
Aloha. I'm present.
Mr. Wiley? Mr. Johnson?
I'm here.
Mr. Hirsch? Ms. Cowart? Ms. Halsey? Mr. Bracco?
Present.
Mr. Weir?
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Chair, it appears I will just do a quick run through since some people came into the room. Mr. Lamb? Okay, since Mr. Lamb is not present, but Mr. Martin is, Mr. Martin would be seated for Mr. Lamb. Mr. Dassing? Since Mr. Dassing is not here, it looks like Mr. Bracco would be seated, so I'll just make a note of that. And none of the other alternates are. So Mr. Hirsch, are you still not, are you here?
I am here.
Oh, you are here. Okay. Mr. Nana? So it looks like Mr. Hirsch would be seated for Mr. Nana. And no Miss Halsey or Miss Cowart? Okay, I believe that completes the roll, and we do have quorum.
All right. Excellent. So next up on the agenda is item C, which is opportunity for public comment. We've got 10 minutes. So we'll go to 7:17 tops. Please raise your hand if you'd like to be recognized for public comment at this time. Mr. JJ, Jonathan Jacobs, and then Mr. Ballard.
May I yield to Mr. Buller?
Mr. Buller, take the floor, sir.
Yes, I just had a quick question of the agenda item in regards to appointing the Historical Preservation Committee chair, if it was still on the agenda.
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
The appointment of the Historical Preservation Committee chair, is that still on the agenda?
It is currently, yes, sir.
Okay. Just briefly, I believe that when the committee made the recommendation. It was under the understanding of the motion that was passed by the LNC of accepting Mrs. Harlos's resignation from the LNC and all subcommittees. I've spoken with Ms. Harlos, and she has related to me that she did not resign from the Historical Preservation Committee. And so as to whether there's a vacancy is kind of an issue that needs to be resolved. And so I'm happy to, still be willing to be appointed if there is a vacancy at the end of it.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. When we get to that item, we will discuss it as a board and move forward as to however we see fit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Buller. Mr. Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to speak very briefly in favor on a personal basis and speaking as an individual on the new ethics and disciplinary policy. I think that it is very good. I like the idea of a graduated approach. And I would note, however, that I believe that while this is codified, you would still have the option of doing so under your current parliamentary authority, even if this would not be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jacobs. Anybody else seeking to be recognized for public comment at this time? Going once, going twice, 3 times, hearing none for public comment, then we're going to go ahead and move on to the adoption of the agenda, item A under housekeeping. First off, the chair is seeking a motion and a second to move the agenda.
I have a proposed amendment.
All right, hold on. Do we have a motion and a second for the agenda?
I'll move it.
The agenda is
Second.
presented.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chatterton, go ahead.
Yes. I would like to propose that 3 items: the motion to form the investigatory committee, the motion to fill the secretary committee or the secretary vacancy, and the PM proposal noticed by Mr. Thompson regarding nominating periods would be moved to the end of the agenda of new business with previous notice to be replaced with the resolution to adopt the Overwatch and Operator program to be the second item on the agenda behind the IALP proposal. And if appropriate, I would then like to speak to my reasoning for that proposal.
Second.
All right. There's a motion and a second. We'll now move on to debate on the amendment. Mr. Chatterton, you're recognized.
Thank you very much. So I am making this motion on the basis that I have been very busy this week contacting board members. It is my belief that it is imperative for this board to proceed with the investigatory committee appointment based on past actions as well as recent actions this week. And in my discussions, I have yet to be able to secure an agreement that will see sure that that motion is passed. So at this time, however, I have had some interest in some ongoing discussions. I don't know if those are wished to be followed through on by others, but I make this motion as I believe this would allow us to maintain the status quo in our current situation and allow us to have ongoing negotiations about our vacancy for secretary, the investigation, and allow the potential vacancies there to be used to settle concerns that might cause some people to not wish to see Mr. Malagon removed from this board. So I wish to propose that those things be delayed so that we can consider those vacancies as a means to address concerns for people that might otherwise oppose his removal and have the opportunity to discuss amicable solutions that would clear any concerns for a removal and prevent any worries of factional power grabs in the process of trying to deal with a disruptive and, in my opinion, unfit member on this board, and we can hopefully move forward with all of those matters. And in case any deals cannot be reached, this proposal will allow us to maintain the status quo. The reason for the inclusion of Mr. Thompson's policy manual amendment would be that if such a deal is reached, we could have a proposal that would fill all vacancies in agreed upon terms, but also allow us to seek input from the party member in these times of negotiations and allow potentially a trustless solution to that problem. So I hope that we could maintain our status quo if people are not prepared to vote for the IC, and that we would delay those items to the end of our agenda, which is very long. So I think that will effectively not have them heard tonight, and we can continue to find a agreeable solution to resolve what I think is a major liability for this party. And I think that we need to slow down our filling of the vacancy of secretary and allow that to be considered by our board members as well as our party members before we proceed so promptly with this.
Ms. Hayes, then Mr. Ford. Ms. Hayes?
I call the question.
There's a motion to call the question. Is there a second?
I don't believe that would be necessary. I think we're just about at time anyway. We have about 20 seconds left on this agenda item.
All right. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, Mr. Ford has his hand. Do we not want to hear from him?
Yeah, I have an objection. I'd like to be heard from.
Well, there is technically a motion if there is a second. Going once.
Also, I mean, I'll second to call the question, but I do believe we're at time at this point. I do believe, Mr. Chair, that someone would have to move to extend time. Otherwise, we would just go to a vote on the amendment.
Well, I'll move to extend time for 5 minutes.
Second. Motion to extend time. There's a second. All in favor of extending time, please say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
All right, time's extended by 5 till 7:19.
Mr. Chair, sorry, as a point of order, who made the motion to extend time?
That
I
was
did.
Mr. Ford. I believe it was Mr. Redpath that seconded it. I believe the Hayes motion to call the question died for a lack of second. So Mr. Ford and then Mr. Redpath and then Mr. Chatterton, if your hand is still up.
That was
Great.
from-
So briefly, I'd like to speak to the extension of the secretary vote. I'm frustrated, and that's an understatement. Executive committee level, officer level openings should be considered with the greatest care. My frustration the night of the election of the new chair was not with the new chair, but the fact that an election that typically takes a year under normal circumstances was conducted in less than an hour. For something as important as an executive committee session, there should be nominations. The individuals accepting nominations should give speeches, brief ones. And then there should be a period of time, I think ideally a week, before it's submitted to an electronic or an in-person vote, depending on the circumstances. That gives people in the party an opportunity to recognize their pleasure, displeasure, support, non-support, NOTA, whatever, of these critical openings. This rush to judgment where everything is constantly a nomination, motion to call the vote, does not allow for any due process, does not allow for any careful consideration. And I think, quite frankly, the membership deserves better. So I'll be actually motioning, regardless of the outcome of this, that we move the secretary vote to a 1 week consideration, which I don't think will be detriment to the party. And let's conduct officer level elections with thought. Thank you.
Mr. Redpath and then Mr. Martin and then Ms. Hayes. Mr. Redpath.
All I can say is I will need. I'm not clear on what the exact motion is, so I just want that reviewed before we vote. Thank you.
Sure, I'll be sure to review it before we head to the vote on the amendment. Mr. Martin.
Hi there, guys. Thank you so much. Aloha. I appreciate giving me the time. I think this is a really good idea to take the most difficult and dramatic and contentious items that are arguably the least urgent, especially with divided opinions, and that we deprioritize those and instead bring the business that's arguably more important to the front. I think it's just a good idea, and it'll give everyone a little time to decide where their comfort level is and have the opportunity to talk to each other. I'd love for some of those to be open discussions if possible, and I'd love to see just what's possible if we can try to find some common ground around the things that make politics go, and removals and all that's not what makes politics go. But we do need to present credible leadership, and I'm totally committed to that, and I'm excited to kind of hopefully maybe see the patterns that we've been witnessing break a little bit. And I would just encourage everyone today that if it's within your power to do so, let's put business first, and let's put the political BS second. I want to also just thank Mr. Pat Ford for what he said. It was, I felt very salient.
Ms. Hayes?
Oh, mine was a relic, but I'll just say really quickly, I find it very funny that Mr. Chatterton just basically said he wants to move this because he doesn't have the votes, and he's talking about removal when this is supposed to be an investigatory committee. The recommendation, if any, comes would be from that investigatory committee. So I just think that should be noted for everybody if this were to pass, and Mr. Chatterton is absolutely biased in prior to this even starting. So, but that's all I have to say.
Ms. Hayes is absolutely correct on that matter.
All right. Well, I don't see any more hands raised, so we will move on to a vote on the amendment. Just to reiterate, the amendment is for 3 items: motion to form an IC, motion to fill secretary vacancy, and the policy manual change noticed by Mr. Thompson would be moved to the end of the agenda of new business, and in its stead, the resolution to adopt an Overwatch program would be moved to item B after the IALP Constitution motion. So is everybody clear on what we're voting for?
Okay, I'm sorry, just want to make sure on the
Sure.
on the amendment, excuse me, on the agenda, are we saying that items B, C, and I are what are
Yes.
moving to the end of the agenda?
Correct.
And that is the motion.
And then P would be moved up to B.
P would be
Yes.
moved up to B.
Correct.
That is correctly my intent.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Mr. Bost?
Aye.
Mr. Chatterton?
Yes.
Mr. Dar?
Nay.
Mr. Bracco?
Yes.
Oh, actually, I'll put that in at the end. Oops, didn't mean to be so angry here. All right, Mr. Ford?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
No.
Mr. Lamb?
I'll be sitting.
I'm sorry, so it's actually Mr. Martin. I apologize.
No worries.
So,
I'll be voting aye.
but I'll have to change those ballots.
What did the chickens vote for?
I will vote.
Crossing the road.
Mr. McGee? Or I guess Mr. Johnson?
No.
Mr. Nana?
No.
For the record, I voted nay.
Oh, okay, so you are here. I will amend that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, apologies. What is going on here? There we go. Okay, Mr. Nana?
No.
Mr. Redpath?
I'll vote no.
Mr. Thompson?
I second Mr. Redpath's long sigh and then a no.
Mr. Vinson?
I'll vote yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskevich,
No.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 8-7. Do you wish to vote?
I will abstain.
The motion fails.
All right, so we're back on the adoption of the agenda.
I've got a
Is-
motion.
Who was that?
Pat Ford.
Mr. Ford? Mr. Ford, you recognized.
Thank you. I motion that we accept nominations for the vacancy for secretary of the Libertarian Party this evening.
So,
B,
Mr. Chair, this is out of order. We are at time for this item. We'd have to go straight to a vote on the agenda unless someone moves to extend time.
I'll move to extend 5 minutes.
Is there any objection to extending for 5?
I object.
All right, all in favor of extending for 5, please say aye.
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 No, say nay.
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 Can you roll call this, Steve? I don't
Yep.
think the I nay thing's
Agreed.
working.
Sounded pretty close, but we can do a roll call.
And this is on the extension of time.
Correct.
That was Mr. Redpath
Yes.
and seconded by who?
I motion, oh, I'll second it.
Mr. Bost?
Aye to the motion to extend.
Correct.
Yeah. Mr. Chatterton?
Yes, to extend.
Mr. Carr?
No.
Mr. Dassing? Or Mr. Bracco, sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Ms. Hayes?
No.
Mr. Martin?
Yes, to extend time.
I will vote no, or nay rather. Mr. McGee?
No.
Mr. Nana?
No.
Mr. Redpath?
I'll vote yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Vinson?
Yeah.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskevich?
No.
Mr. Chair, the total is 9-6 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
I will abstain. All right, motion passes. So we are extending time for 5 minutes. We'll go to 7:30. Mr. Ford, you're recognized.
Yes. A, that we accept nominations for the vacancy of the secretary of the Libertarian Party tonight. B, that we hear speeches from those accepting nominations. C, a 1-week period where debate and discussion within the party, so as the members can.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt. As a point of order, this is out of order. We have a special agenda, but we have this is a special meeting where we already have an agenda. There cannot be changes to the addition of items to the agenda.
That is true. It would have to be. It would. We can always make a motion on hearing speeches during the item, but we cannot add. We can only subtract at this point or move things around. So it would be technically out of order at this time. So
All
I
right,
do.
then then that's fine. Then I'm going to move to table the election of the secretary this evening.
All right.
Objection.
There's a motion to remove the secretary item. Is there a second?
Yes.
Objection. Objection.
There's objection. Do we feel like we needed to debate, or are we just going to move on to a vote?
I wouldn't mind to debate.
I would be curious as a point of order. I'm not sure if it's in order to remove an item from that's been noticed. It was noticed by Mr. McGee. Someone could just not could just not make the motion at the time if they wish to not do it. But this was Mr. McGee's noticed item.
Objection. Point of order.
Notice item can be stricken from the agenda.
Items can be stricken from the agenda.
I don't believe that.
And I have objected to it. So let's vote on it.
And Mr. McGee.
I do believe it is generally in order.
Point of order,
I
sorry to
don't think
interrupt,
there's anything.
but
Yes.
my understanding of Mr. Ford's motion was just to move the voting period and not get rid of the item. But that was my understanding of what he was intending to do.
That's not what he stated.
Oh, it's not, okay, then maybe I misunderstood then.
It would have been to
I'm
add
o- I'm-
nominations.
I'm open to
Nominations
friendly-
and- oh, go ahead.
I'm open to friendly amendments. Mr. Watkins' point is correct. I simply don't want to make another rush to push through an officer's election in under 1 hour
All right,
when the
well, we
voters and the
have-
people don't even know who's nominated yet.
We have a motion to strike, so we're going to go ahead, go into debate, and then move on to a vote. So who would like to be recognized for debate?
I would like to be recognized for debate.
All right, Mr. Chatterton, then Mr. McGee. Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, so I would have said it would have been in order. I think that we could have just taken the nominations and moved on because that part I believe was absolutely part of our agenda tonight, and I think that was really the implicit part of Mr. Ford's amendment. However, I believe we are considering to table. As I had said in my first motion, I wish to delay this decision because I wish to make sure that we could consider a investigation that I believe would likely go to a removal. However, the consideration around that was to try to preserve status quo, that this position could be taken in consideration to alleviate concerns from people who may be concerned to take that action up, and that this position may be able to be used to allow an agreement to be reached that something could be done in that manner. I agree as well wholeheartedly with all of the points that have been raised by several members of this board that this should not be a rush decision. So my previous logic is based on consideration of that as well, but also focused on concerns for liability for the party and the practical realities that I believe a group here tonight wishes to force a decision through on this secretary race that I don't think is in the interest of the party, and I hope to see that stopped. So if people did not want to take my motion to maintain the status quo completely, I would absolutely be happy to still delay this decision so we can absolutely go through it and have a thorough consideration. Thank you.
Mr. McGee.
Sorry, yeah, could I respond to that? I would like to say that well, I do respect the intent by the gentleman from Region 1. What I will say is the idea that it would necessarily lead to a removal in any sense is completely out of order. And the fact of the matter is the gentleman has no experience with a runner 63 procedure, which honestly, I'm the only one on this committee who has experience with a post-to-post runner 63 procedure on this matter whatsoever. And so I completely disagree with the assertion by the gentleman from Region 1. However, I do respect his intent to try and maintain order. However, I think it is woefully misplaced. That's what I will say.
Well, we are out of time. Our 5 minutes are up, which means discussion has ended, and we will move
I'll
on.
motion to extend 5 minutes.
Objection.
Is there a second?
Objection. Objection.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. All in favor of extending, raise your hand if you know how to do so in Zoom. Might make life easier under reactions, potentially. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 7 ayes. All opposed, raise your hand.
My hand's raised. Sorry.
Mr. Ford, your hand's still up if. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So the nays have it. We will not extend time. We'll go immediately to a vote. Hold on, baby. I'm going to mute myself. We'll go immediately to a vote. I'll hand it off to Mr. Secretary, and we'll vote on this.
What is the motion, please?
The motion is to strike the noticed item, which is the secretary vacancy. And who seconded Mr. Ford's motion?
I think it was me.
Oops. Okay. Mr. Bost. Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
No.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Hayes.
No en français.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
I will vote nay. Mr. McGee.
No.
Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
Pass.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskevich.
No.
Back to Mr. Redpath.
I'll vote no.
Mr. Chair, the tally is 7 to 8 to 0 to 0. Do you wish to vote?
I'll abstain. Motion fails. All right, since we're out of time, we are going to move on to the final agenda. So we'll go ahead and do a roll call vote there.
Certainly, sir. Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Abstain.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
No.
Ms. Hayes.
Oui.
Mr. Martin.
No.
I will vote aye. Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Nana.
Aye.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Abstain.
Mr. Watkins.
Also abstain.
Ms. Yanuskevich.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the roll is 10 to 2 to 3 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
I'll abstain. All right, motion passes and we have an agenda. Next up is unfinished business and items postponed from previous meeting. Ethics Committee recommendations for adoption. Mr. Jonathan McGee, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. So the proposed ethics committee report is not that much edited from what was presented in Grand Rapids. Actually, most of the major amendments to this, or edits rather, were actually proposed by Karen and Harlos. And so I think, this is something that's been literally at this point 8 months in the making. It's been run by several different attorneys, Miss Mason, JJ, like just about everyone you could imagine. And this is where we're at. I think it's fair. You can disagree. At this point, I think we just should go to a vote.
Ms. Hayes, you have your hand up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just going to say, as a member of the Ethics Committee, we've been working very hard on this, and Most of the last revisions were just basically like, from me, there were some from me, they were just basically like fine tuning things. And I think this would help, passing this would help alleviate many members' concerns about certain things. And I think it would do a disservice to us not to pass it. So I recommend everybody vote for it, and I'm ready to move on if you are.
All right. Well, if there's no more hands up, then we can, oh, Mr. Martin, you're recognized.
We're speaking on the International Libertarian Constitution, right?
No. This is the Ethics Committee's report.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's going to come up in 2 more items.
Okay, cool. I just want to say I think that professionalism is really, really important. I really appreciate the work that's gone into this, and it looks like some of my original concerns were addressed. And I greatly appreciate that. I think as long as we're responsible as a board in how we look at this and even-handed with how we enforce it, I don't think it'll be a problem. Anything can be a problem if we're not being reasonable. I think there is kind of a key note there. Even under existing practices, we could deal with these things by just reasonably applying it. But it does help to have it spelled out, and so I am cautiously in support of this.
All right. Is there any further discussion?
Can I speak briefly?
Yes, go ahead.
I would like to commend Mr. Martin's point, and I just add that this is not intended to target anyone. This is intended to make business proceed smoothly. If there are issues, they need to be addressed, and no one is exempt. This is designed to make sure that we don't end up in issues where, like I said, I went post to post with the investigatory committee with Karen and Harlos, and it wasted a lot of time, and we don't have that time anymore. And I would prefer that not to happen again. So that's where I'm coming from. And I have done my level best to make sure that we have come up with the best policy to make sure that doesn't happen again. If there are people that are acting out, that are not acting in good faith, there is a process now, and we will be able to address it. So that's all I'm going to say.
Mr. Bost.
Yes, I was also a member of this committee. I didn't speak much on it during the deliberations, but this committee put a lot of time and work and did their due diligence. So I will speak in favor. Thank you.
Mr. Chatterton?
Yes, I think what I've seen for the most part from these rules, I think that this is a great change. I believe this committee has been using excuses to avoid consideration of the rules for conduct that already exists in our parliamentary authorities. And this has been used as an excuse to justify allowance of terrible behavior by members of this board. So I'm very glad to see that we are formally adopting something, so there no longer be any dancing around those basic principles of human respect, as we heard about so extensively in the great speech at our Grand Rapids meeting. So I look forward to seeing, hopefully, finally some improved behavior now that we will be adopting something formally, even though none of these rules should be taken as novel or anything like that would easily be enforceable under our existing rules and our parliamentary authority. I will be supporting this.
All right, going once, going twice, going 3 times. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Is there any objection to adopting these policy manual amendments? Going once, going twice, going 3 times?
As a point of parliamentary inquiry, who seconded Mr. McGee's motion?
Oh, good question. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a second. Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, motion passes. Saves us about 20 minutes. Good job, team. All right. Next up on the docket is Convention Oversight Committee report and update. Mr. Ford, 15 minutes.
Absolutely. If you give me just a moment here. I'm going to move that this be put into executive session, as is our tradition with this.
I object to that.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. There is objection. Would you like to debate on whether or not to enter into executive session?
Sorry, point of personal, or sorry, point of excuse me, point of parliamentary inquiry. What's the reason for executive session?
Oh yeah, we do need a reason to enter executive session, Mr. Ford. If you could
Sure.
take away.
We're going to discuss a number of things, including internal pricing. We're going to be talking about potential speakers. We're going to talk about political strategy. So those typically over the years have been held in executive session.
I hate to be a douche and bag, but I don't believe that pricing and speakers would fall under executive session, although obviously political strategy would. So I'm not sure about how we go about that.
Actually, we're under a non-disclosure agreement with pricing with the hotels in the venue. That's why we've traditionally done this. It's, you know, to Stephen's credit, he organized a meeting in front of folks, and we're going to do again, where we went into a great deal of depth Thursday evening about the convention. But again, we do have legal constraints.
Mr. Secretary?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I would oppose going into executive session. The last time Mr. Ford went into executive session in Grand Rapids, I was told by every LNC member that I spoke to, I think there were about 7 of them, that told me that nothing that was spoken about in Grand Rapids during the convention portion was executive session stuff. And I have a few questions for Mr. Ford regarding convention, because I have a lot of concerns, and I think that it would behoove the membership to know where we're at with convention.
Okay. So this is internal politics writ large. Okay. Well, I'm going to call for a vote. If it goes into public, I'll just have to refrain from talking about the hotel contract.
All right.
And I would prefer to go over the hotel contract with folks, but you know, we went through this last week, Adrian. Let the attacks begin.
All right, we're going to go ahead. Mr. Martin.
Just a really brief thing. I so oppose secrecy, and I hate how much it is overused in politics. It's so convenient to just hide things from people, and I absolutely oppose it. That said, when we're under an NDA and we're trying to make plans for something like a convention in the future, it does make absolute sense why some of those discussions should be private. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that we're having to debate for the ability to do that. I understand, and I'm okay with having a lot of this conversation in public. To me, it doesn't really matter, except where we might have contractual obligations, and we kind of do need to be able to do that business. So executive session is narrow for that reason. I think this is appropriately falls under that narrow exception of executive session, why we have it, right? Though again, I prefer transparency as radically as possible. So anyway, I'll yield. Thank you.
Mr. Redpath.
I think Mr. Ford's request is reasonable. My question is, we already are down to 11:38 to go on this item. Is this executive session going to be untimed?
No, I do you want me to answer that?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm looking to work this. I'd be already well into my presentation if it wasn't for this question. Reasonable question, so I'm happy to proceed. I will be looking to work through this as quickly as possible, because I've spent a lot of time on the phone with answering a lot of questions this week, and I'll be happy to continue to do so. And I'll be happy to answer any question whatsoever in executive session that the board has.
Okay, so I take this to be, and that's okay. I just wanted to know. So this would be an untimed executive session, and thank you.
All right.
I'll accept a friendly amendment to keep it to 15 minutes. I think that was the original.
We can always extend time in executive session if we need to.
Right.
So we'll if we have to, we'll try to get to 15 minutes. All in favor of entering executive session to discuss the COC report, please raise your hand. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 7. All right. All opposed? Mr. Ford, your hand is still raised.
Raise my hand.
All right, consider Jonathan McGee's hand raised. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, motion, let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we are going into executive session. So, Mr. Secretary, if you could open the wormhole and get us into exec sesh, and we can get this knocked out.
So I will abstain from going into executive session for reasons previously stated. Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin have both broken their NDAs, so I found that part of the debate humorous.
Objection. When did I break my?
And so I will go ahead and move everyone else
Point
into.
of honor, point of order.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Mr.
I should have a
Chair,
chance to respond to those accusations.
I ask the member to be called of order for making slanderous and unsubstantiated accusations that have not been demonstrated and has been continually brought up. So I would like to see Mr. Malagon specifically called to order for this repeated abusive behavior.
Mr. Chair, I'll just remind the LNC as well as
Actually, technically, considering the passage of the Ethics Committee report, Mr. Malagon should be called to order. However, I will also not be going into executive session.
I just really quickly wanted to remind everyone that I did actually provide proof privately to the LNC that that this had already happened. So there's nothing
or secrecy, nothing proven that would require disciplinary proceeding.
All right. Let's get into executive session. I ask everybody to please respect each other, Mr. Malagon included in that. However, he is free to state his reasoning for not entering into executive session. But if there are any accusatory or anything that could be seen as defaming another member, I would not like that added into the minutes. We want to keep those neutral.
Point of
So we're
order,
gonna
Mr.
head into
Chair,
executive
until a leak has been demonstrated and shown through a disciplinary action, it is slanderous of Mr. Malagon to continue to make such an assertion.
Technically, he
Yes.
just made an assertion that he would not like to go into executive session. He did
No,
not
he
make.
stated the reason why was because myself.
All
Would
right,
he like to?
let's go
Would he?
executive
Would he? Would he?
Stop muting. I'm
Mr.
a
Chair,
member.
the breakout room is open for all those to join. Just go ahead and join the room. I will stay
Mr.
out
Chair,
here.
the secretary is apparently mute. Has meeting control.
I'm glad to see that the ethics policy is being, and we won't be allowed to speak.
All LNC members, please join the breakout room for executive session. Thank you.
Why don't you bring that accusation? It's kind of cowardly to keep muting me. But I see that doesn't.
All right. I believe all members are in. Mr. McGee opted out as well.
It's like to be fair, you muted me too. It's not like, oh no, it's just Mr. Martin. It's like no, you absolutely muted the shit out of me. I'm just like, what? Fuck you too. Like, no, you muted me too.
I'm going to.
There's a mute all option.
Oh no! Malagon muted the shit out of me.
I'm going to stop the recording for right now, or pause it rather.
All right, we are back. It is 8:16 p.m. July 13th, 2025, and we are back in regular session. We're going to be moving on to new business with previous notice. Item number 1 is motion to ratify International Alliance of Libertarian Parties Constitution. I am the mover. If Mr. Paul Dar wants to take a mic, and if there's a second, I will
Second.
my motion. All right, we got a motion and a second. I'm assuming Mr. Dar's in control of the hammer. And what this is the Libertarian Party has been a member of the IALP since 2015. So for 10 years, we've been a part of the IALP. They're the International Alliance of Libertarian Parties. They have members in Russia, Venezuela, of course, Argentina, the United States, UK, Uruguay just opened up a new party, et cetera, et cetera. So through Europe, Asia, and the rest of the world. And what I've been speaking with them about is actually forming a more official IALP. And so what they want to do is move their headquarters to the United States, incorporate in the United States, and create a more formal body that members can vote in. So the USLP would, of course, be a member. This is the draft constitution, so we'd be ratifying this as an LNC. And if and when they have their General Assembly, which may be in Argentina, maybe in Argentina by Zoom and in person, we'll see sometime later this year, we would cast our vote for this version of the Constitution. So that's all this is. And I don't know if anybody here that's been working with me on the team, talking to the IALP as somewhat liaisons and have helped work on this document, if they want to speak, Kyle or Pierre or Amanda.
Sure, we're around.
Okay.
Amanda should be in the waiting room, I think.
I do not see anyone in the waiting room at this time.
She's hopping back in.
Well, Kyle, if you want to say something, you're here. So.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So Pierre can't be here tonight, and is relying on us to kind of pitch everything. The IALP was pretty well kicked off with the idea that we being the American Libertarian Party, are the model by which the world libertarian movement should be modeled from. I know that that's a double there, but we are trying to get this back going, and with everything that's going well for the Libertarian Party, which I realize that we're in the rebuilding phase, everything else, the IALP wants to move here and wants us to be able to give guidance to them, and they want to be able to help us in any way they can. And so this is effectively what we are going for here. This is, the portion obviously for the LNC to go over. We worked with Pierre and the ILP to make a new everything, the Declaration of Principles, the new. Sorry, I was thinking this was going to be a little bit later, so I got a new constitution and everything. It's kind of a complete overhaul. The idea is, that we'd be able to get advice and work directly with some of the Argentinian libertarians. We can help give advice to, some of the ones in the UK who are struggling even worse than we are.
Argentine. Sorry, that bugged me. Apologies, but Argentine.
Sorry?
It's Argentine.
Okay. Argentine. My mistake.
Point of information, Kyle.
Yeah.
Will the French libertarians be a part of this?
I mean, you can argue that Pierre is a French libertarian, but he has at this point moved his way over to the GMF Gershi group with Georgia. And so,
I don't know, man.
I mean, the French libertarians at this point are fighting with Macron and everybody else. So it's kind of a whole world thing. And we have the ability to get some global press on us, which can be really good for us. And there's very little that we have to go out of our way to do or spend on this. If Pat's got a question, I'll gladly answer it.
The serious question, and particularly given the presence of the Irish Libertarian Party, can they actually give us advice, please?
Yes,
particularly
absolutely.
The Argentines' level of national electoral success is quite significant. So I would love to hear more from them.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea. That we'd be able to send representatives to meetings. They'd be able to send representatives to us. We could share information and what strategies have worked. Where this is just another way for us to get some great data. This is another way for us to be able to further the movement and get more members in without us having to really spend anything. From my perspective, there's pretty much only positives. Mr. Bost.
Yes. So is there any cost to join? And I haven't fully gone through this constitution, but there's no. This is just no cost. This is more like a bylaws than say a platform. There's no platform planks in here. Is that correct?
Correct.
And
correct.
I see it does say that it's free association of sovereign parties that retain full independence. So
right.
So as you say, this is a means to cooperate, not a commitment or requirement to do any particular thing.
Exactly.
It's
It is
the opposite of the World Health Organization membership proposal, where they're like an international body that controls the states. This is a completely voluntary, sovereign, like, I'll cast my vote, but I don't have to agree with you or disagree with you. You can do your own thing.
Mr. Martin?
Martin has his hand up.
I really love this idea, and I like where this can go. So I'm not trying to oppose it, but I do have a couple of questions. One would be if there's a huge amount of the purpose is to promote the principles expressed in the declaration. And one question would be, how much are those principles, are any of them at variance with other members? And in that case, would this group engage in activism to try to change those principles in its constituent parties? And then another question would be with the mutability of it. It seems like it's got a pretty good mechanism to not be super changeable, but it is changeable. And the question would be, if we adopted this, is it possible that some of these provisions could change in a way that could become a problem? And otherwise, I really love this, and I'd love to see us do something like this. Finally, I guess, is another question is about legwork, right? Like the manpower to bring on a whole nother large scale libertarian organization. This could be great. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people in the international libertarian movement who really could reinforce what we're doing. And I know I've got some of them out here in Hawaii, and they're great. So I'd love to see how this could work. And I guess that kind of concludes my list of thoughts on it.
I don't know if Kyle knows whether he's not muted on Zoom, but anyway. Yes, so I didn't hear the first question that I had trouble hearing the first question you asked because we had a little bit of feedback. But as to the the mutability, it is of course always possible that something could be changed that we would object to, but there's always the ability to withdraw. If we don't agree with any principles, there is a statement of principles. I think hopefully you've been able to look that over. I don't find anything in there objectionable in the least. If that were to change in some way that we didn't agree with, we would always retain the capacity to step back.
Thank you for clarifying. My first question was kind of about whether or not if there's a variance between member states and the organization, since one of its purposes is to promote its views, basically. If they're at variance with a member state, would that require the organization to try to lobby to change the member state to be in line with the ILP, or is it talking mainly about that's kind of my question. Yeah, it might answer itself. I'm not sure, but that would be one thing that I would just be a little curious about.
Sure, so that makes sense. The member states and organizations are different. Currently, there are not a ton of member states because this has been reconstituted, right? So there would need to be a process of moving back in some of the former states, former members, as well as the fact that there are some organizations internationally that are not formally constituted as parties, right? So there are a lot of sort of underground libertarian groups. That's what that's in reference to. There would always be a desire to make sure that these organizations are as aligned with our principles as possible, and to take the utmost care in that respect. So to answer your question, there is a difference, although currently we plan to add more member states since this has been reconstituted, and that's going to be a fairly straightforward process.
May I ask one more thing? Is this different than the other international libertarian organization? Are we talking about a rebranding, or are we talking about a distinct entity?
A reconstitution.
Yes, so there is and International Alliance of Libertarian Parties, that is a reconstitution of the one that was formed in 2015. There are other international libertarian organizations, but those are separate.
Thank you.
I believe Mr. McGee has his hand up for you.
Thank you. What I would like to say is I think this is a good framework, and at this point, I would like to call the question.
All right. If we are all good to go then, and there's no more questions, I just want to say that it's a really cool effort. It's really interesting to see what's going on in the international community, and I'm very pleased we can move forward on this. So if there's no more hands up, we can move on to a vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Let me switch screens. Mr. Bost? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, who is the second?
Oh,
I second it. Meredith seconds it.
All right. Mr. Bost?
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton?
Pass, please.
Mr. Dar?
Yes.
I saw Mr. Dassing come back in the room. Mr. Dassing?
No.
Mr. Ford?
Yay.
Ms. Hayes?
Yay, I like that. I'm gonna do yay this from now on.
Mr. Martin?
Pass.
I will vote aye. Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Nana?
Yes.
Mr. Redpath?
Yes.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Vinson?
Yes, but no French.
Mr. Watkins?
Abstain.
Ms. Yanuskevich?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
I'll abstain.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chatterton. Mr. Chatterton?
Vote no.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 11 to 2 to 2 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
yeah, I'll vote yes on this one. All right, motion passes. Mr. Thompson, you had your hand raised?
Hey, I had a point of information passed along to me. Could we get a could we look at the vote total for Mr. Martin's motion to reorder the agenda, please? Since there was confusion on that.
Certainly, just one moment.
Oh, was that my proposal, Mr. Thompson, that you're referring to move the 3 items?
It was just scroll past. I caught it. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, this one. Yeah. All right.
All right, next item is item B, motion to form an investigatory committee. Mr. Chatterton is the mover. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Mr. Chatterton, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. So I don't know that there needs to be a whole lot said. I think most of Mr. Maligan's misconduct has occurred publicly. This has also capped off, I think, with a recent exchange with public emails that have been reported on about poor handling of complaints of sexual harassment without proper investigation. We've seen extensive abusive behaviors on the board over the entirety of Mr. Maligan's tenure. As I stated earlier, with the adoption of the ethics proposal, our rules and procedures absolutely have basic requirements for respect among board members. And I think it would go without saying and in common sense, in line with the presentation given to us about human respect by one of our large donors to the party at the recent Grand Rapids meeting, that this behavior is simply unacceptable and cannot be tolerated in any professional environment, let alone on a board. We've seen these same comments from our consultant that we've hired and paid a great deal of money. And we even heard from her in the Grand Rapids meeting when I asked a question about members who continually conduct these behaviors, who do not respond to warnings, who continue to repeat the same things over and over again, that at some point it has to reach an end where you say, Mr. Malagon, this is not working out and it is time for you to be done on the LNC.
For the record, that sexual harassment complaint was baseless and I ruled it as such. Mr. McGee, then Mr. Martin. Mr. McGee.
So, I respectfully agree that Mr. Chatterton does actually have a point. However, we literally just passed the ethics committee report, which had a proviso which basically reset the clock on all such provisions. So this is technically not even in order. Based upon the language of the ethics committee report. I guess some people chose not to read the report, so I would ask that the chair rule this entire motion out of order.
Let me see here.
Mr.
Can you
Chair.
cite exactly what language you're referring to?
Number one is the first paragraph, which replaces the entire paragraph on harassment. And then the proviso, which basically states that unless you can prove that there is gross fiduciary violation of fiduciary duty, it's not in order. I mean, that's right there in the language.
Are you speaking about the proviso at the end of the document?
I'm speaking both the proviso at the end of the document and the language at the end of the first paragraph.
That is not the effect of the language.
That is the effect of the language, Mr. Martin.
Of conduct section details here. There is sort of.
You passed it.
The purpose of this document.
May I respond, Mr. Chair?
Who's speaking?
Mr. Martin.
No, so Mr. Chair,
Hold on 1 second.
Muting him while you make a ruling without interruption.
This is not in order.
This motion is not raised under the grounds of the
Mr. McGee, can you cite exactly which clause? I'm just combing through it. I'm trying to figure out.
There's two different clauses. Technically, there's the one at the very end of the first paragraph, and then there's the one in the actual proviso in the very last one, and they both say the same thing. Basically, this is out of order.
So,
this has been adopted. This has been adopted. It's out of order.
I filed the ethics complaint against.
I believe Mr. McGee is referring to this section right here.
I have a right to speak up.
Stop violating. Please raise your hand and wait to be recognized for your turn to speak.
So I believe he's referring to the last sentence there. The current section 1.07.4 should be stricken from the LNC policy manual and revised to be put into the employee manual, keeping the substance but making it applicable to staff, and that instruction is part of this proposal if passed.
By the way, that was added by Karen Ann Harlows, not me.
And the proviso at the end that Mr. McGee is referring to is, with the exception of gross violations of fiduciary duty, criminal acts, or cases where an investigatory committee has not returned a final report, the section does not go into effect until adopted.
Which it has been adopted. Which it has been adopted.
With the exception of gross violations of fiduciary duty, criminal acts, or cases where an investigation committee has not returned a final report, this section does not go into effect until adopted.
Which it has been adopted.
Not a pardon.
So
this is BS.
So explain to me the rationale to where it would be only into effect.
The rationale explained by Mr. Chatterton was on the basis of violations of a policy that is no longer a policy.
So can Mr. Chatterton be unmuted and explain to me exactly what the basis of the IC is for?
Absolutely. This this complaint is not brought under the grounds of this new ethics policy. It is brought under the basic rules of uh, conduct in a board as defined in Robert's rules. These things are not superseded by anything in our policy manual and are absolutely available to be considered. We have heard this from our board consultant and demonstrated behaviors that we've seen over and over again, as well as numerous unaddressed complaints about these behaviors that have filed through formal processes and never been followed up with proper investigations. And it has been tolerated to see his conduct on public and abusive behavior towards members on and off official forums of the LNC. It is the right of this body to evaluate who is suited, and Mr. Malagon is an immense liability, let alone a factor that is creating mass discord. He is blocking legitimate business that has been done under the same practice or attempting to do so. He's attempting to remove people by a simple majority vote. These conducts are not acceptable. There's immense cases across all elements, and I think there's a vast majority of members of this party that would demand to see this action taken, to at least have an investigation and allow the conduct to be examined and presented and evaluated if it is appropriate for a removal.
So I will push back on action not being taken when brought up. Every time something has been brought up that I've been asked to address, I have addressed it. So the proper procedures, when followed, I have, as chair, gone ahead and did what I said I would do. I'm just not seeing here exactly, Mr. McGee, specifically where it would be not in play, because anybody can make an IC about anything, under Ronner.
May I
Is
speak to
my
that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. McGee.
Technically, under Runner 63, you can do that. However, the intent of that provision of Runner 63 is, ideally, if our bylaws didn't prohibit us from doing that in executive session, ideally the province of actually commencing an investigative committee is supposed to be privately, and that's intended to insulate the organization from legal liability. And so the idea that we're going to do this again publicly while literally defaming Mr. Malagon is literally exposing this organization to legal liability. So I mean, if Mr. Chatterton is amenable to that, you know what, have at it. But the fact of the matter is, the intent of Runner 63 is to not do that. And we literally just passed an ethics committee report to try and prevent us from engaging in this exact behavior. So if he would like to do that, have at it. But that is not what the intent is.
Mm-hmm. Give me one moment.
And actually, Mr.
Doing
Chair,
some reading. Go ahead.
I believe we're at time, so once you make a decision, we would just go into votes for everything at that point, whether, whatever decision you make, but we are at time.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I believe is the case. Ronner does allow the ability to create for the LNC to create disciplinary rules that differ from Robert's rules. Those adopted rules govern. Ronner is the only fallback when no rules are in place. So given that these are now the new set of rules, I do believe they take precedent. The question now is whether or not the current IC motion is following these rules. And Mr. McGee, you say they aren't. Can you explain exactly one more time? I know you explained it 6 times. Explain to me why the current motion is not in accordance with the Ethics Committee policy manual amendments.
Well, first of all, now that the Ethics Committee report has been adopted, there is a process for reporting these requirements, not just going directly to an investigatory committee. There's still a proviso for doing so, but only when there is a gross violation of fiduciary duty. And based on everything I've heard and everything I've seen in the past week, I don't think any of this actually rises to the level of gross violation of fiduciary duty, criminal acts, and certainly IC has been formed. The Ethics Committee report has been adopted. Well, okay. First of all, Mr. Martin, you're not recognized. First of all, this is what's been adopted. If you didn't read it, that's on you.
Okay. Well, I think in the spirit of the Ethics Committee report, I don't believe that the grounds that Mr. Chatterton is speaking on are of the nature of the gross violations of fiduciary duty, criminal acts, or cases where an investigatory committee has not returned a final report. So I will rule this out of order. I will await a motion.
The ruling of the chair.
All right. Is there a second? All right. So this is how we'll decide what the board would like to do. And so would we like to go directly into a vote or would like to discuss?
I call the question.
I would like to have an opportunity to discuss.
Hold on a second. There's a motion to call the question. Is there a second?
Well, Mr. We're actually at time, so that's irrelevant. Someone would have to move.
Motion to extend time for 15 minutes.
There's a motion to extend.
Second.
Objection.
Objection.
All right. So raise your hands if you'd like to extend time by 15 minutes. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All opposed, raise your hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? All right, so it's 7 versus 7, so motion to extend time fails.
There's only 6 hands up.
There was a 7th a second ago. Who was the 7th? I thought it was.
There are reactions coming from the audience.
Like a counted vote.
No, I'm sorry. I lowered
counted vote, please.
You're done with it.
You're calling members calling for a roll call vote?
Yes.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote on the extension of time. Mr. Secretary, please proceed.
Point of information, is this a majority or 2/3 vote?
Motion to extend time, I believe, is a majority vote.
Thank you.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chatterton.
I believe the secretary is continually muting individuals when they unmute without even saying words, which is impairing anyone's ability to make potentially privileged motions that do not need to wait in line. And I would like the secretary to be called again to order for allowing people to participate appropriately in the meeting.
Mr.
Well,
Chair,
I will ask Mr. Malagon just to be mindful of making sure that if it is a privileged motion, that the members unmuting give a moment to speak. However, I will remind the board that I would like to keep things orderly. So if somebody is not called and like to be called, please raise your hand. If you do have a point of information or point of order or something like that, you can speak out of turn. But I do not want to allow debate when there should be no debate.
Point of personal privilege, doesn't that create a situation, Mr. Chair, where some members of the committee may have a right if they're allowed to finish while others have an unfettered right? This totally segregates the committee into your side, which gets to speak, and then the other side, or whoever Mr. Malagon doesn't want to speak, getting muted and without having really, I mean, I've gotten muted many times in this meeting where I did not have the opportunity to say 2 words. So calling people to order is the already established way of dealing with that, rather than just muting them. And usually you would mute someone after they're called to order. And Adrian would do that at your behest, Mr. Chair, not unilaterally on his own, using the party resources irresponsibly for his personal agenda.
That would be a point of parliamentary inquiry, not personal privilege there. But to your point, I will make sure that people are being allowed the ability to speak up. But I understand that things get heated, people speak over each other. At that point, they will be directed to be muted. Okay, let's go ahead.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Bost?
Yes to extend time.
Chatterton?
Yes.
Mr. Dar?
No.
Mr. Dassing?
Yes.
Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Ms. Hayes? I will pass on
Oh,
Ms. Hayes.
no, sorry. I thought I was muted.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
I will vote nay. Oops. Mr. McGee?
Nay.
Mr. Nana?
No.
Mr. Redpath?
I will vote yes.
Mr. Thompson?
No.
Mr. Vinson?
Abstain.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskavich?
No.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 7 to 7 to 1 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
I do not. Motion fails. So we are on, that was a motion to extend time, and that makes us go directly to the vote on.
To rise to a point of order on this. Mr. McGee presented an absolutely nonsensical argument.
Sounds like debate.
It's not debate, and besides, there was no debate.
And he's impugning. He's literally impugning my honor. Like
if I may,
wait, hold on. Before
the language in question does not invalidate sexual harassment allegations.
Okay, this is debate.
Not allowed to just rule.
Please come to order, Mr. Martin. Just as we just discussed, we can't debate.
It was a point of order, Mr. Chair.
What was your point of order? I don't understand.
It's not recognized.
I mean, if you have a point of order, you have to make your point of order. We can't debate.
You didn't say it was.
Can we cut it with the meeting, please?
I understand, but if you have a point of order, it's not the same thing as debate. All
Yes,
right, so we're going to go ahead.
You're out of order in trying to do that, out of compliance with our policy manual and with our core principles. And it's okay if you don't want to take that. It's not.
I don't understand.
Mr. Chair, point of order. I ask you to call the gentleman from Region 1 to order.
All right, we're going to continue on with the vote. Nobody's going to speak unless recognized. Appeal the ruling of the chair. So, if I'm not mistaken, upholding the ruling of the chair is an aye vote. Voting nay appeals the ruling of the chair. I believe that's correct?
That's correct.
It always gets confusing. So aye is to uphold the ruling of the chair, which would mean that you agree that the motion for the IC committee is out of order. Voting no would mean you appeal the ruling of the chair, which means the IC committee is in order. So we will go ahead with a roll call vote.
Mr. Bost?
No to upholding the ruling of the chair.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Dassing,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Sorry, no.
Ms. Hayes,
Yes, uphold the ruling.
Mr. Martin,
No to silencing members and complaints.
I think you put it in the wrong.
yeah, I did.
Point of personal privilege, I need to jump off really quickly. I will be seating Miss Hollisey.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Hayes.
I will vote yes to uphold the ruling of the chair. Mr. McGee,
I will vote yes to uphold the ruling of the chair.
Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll vote no.
Mr. Thompson,
Pass.
Mr. Vinson,
There was enough notice and we adopted the agenda. I'll be voting nay.
Mr. Watkins,
No.
Ms. Yanuskevich,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 6 to 8 to 0 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
I'll vote yes to my ruling.
Point of,
I
well, I
believe
don't think
Mr.
Mr. Thompson
Thompson.
voted, whatever that would be, point of
Oh,
whatever.
I'm sorry. That's right. That would be a point of order. Sorry. Let me go back. Mr. Thompson,
I am going to abstain.
7 to 8 to 1 to 0.
So it fails since we've already voted on the extension of time and that did fail. We're going to go ahead and move straight on to the IC committee vote, whether or not it's adopted. So, Mr. Secretary, please prepare that ballot.
We are good to go, Mr. Chair. Mr. Bost?
On the
This is
yes.
on the IC.
This is
Yes.
to create the IC yes is yes, no is no. Simple.
Mr. Chatterton?
Yes.
Mr. Dar?
No.
Mr. Dassing?
Pass.
Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Ms. Halsey?
Pass.
Mr. Martin?
Yes to taking our members seriously.
I will vote no. Mr. McGee?
Yay.
Mr. Nana?
No.
Mr. Redpath?
I'll pass.
Mr. Thompson?
Abstain.
Mr. Vinson?
I'll pass.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskevich?
No.
Mr. Dassing?
Yes.
Ms. Halsey?
No.
Mr. Redpath?
I'm going to vote yes.
Mr. Vinson?
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 7 to 6 to 2 to 0. You would be the deciding vote on this.
I will vote no.
Yep. Yep.
Motion fails for lack of majority. All right, we are on to the next item, which is motion to fill secretary vacancy. And let's see. That is moved by Mr. McGee. Would you like to, well, I guess I'm not even sure if we really need to speak on that.
Do I really need to?
No, I don't think so.
Point of
Nor do we
order,
need a
Mr.
second.
Chair. On the previous vote, was it appropriate to allow Mr. Malagon a vote on his own disciplinary measure, whether or not he should be investigated?
It is appropriate under Ronner.
Yes.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
apologize.
That's all right. So we're going to go ahead and open this up to nominations is what we'll do. And then what I would recommend is if we have multiple candidates, we could do, if we'll allow some time for speeches, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We'll say, well, make it 5 minutes because it's an officer role. And if you're all amicable, we could do a majority threshold, and the last vote getter, if we have multiples, gets knocked off. So if everybody's cool with that, that's typically how we like to go about it.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your proposal.
So we're going to open the floor for nominations.
No, the voting proposal.
The voting proposal would be, what is it, approval? Where the last person gets knocked off till we do enough rounds of balloting to get a majority.
That sounds like I was going to move using ranked choice voting. That's what that sounds like to me.
It gets a little complicated because with ranked choice, you need to have the spreadsheet for it, and there's a little bit of math involved, which I'm not sure if we have on the fly.
So at this end now, it would just be a majority of those. So what the chair is proposing, if I'm not mistaken, is that should someone not get the majority on the first round of ballots cast, then the person with the least amount of votes would be knocked off that ballot. We would do a new ballot with the people that were still there, and then we would continue to go until there was a majority met. I believe that would be different than ranked choice voting, if I'm not
correct.
Much like convention.
Correct. Exactly. Mr. Chattern, you had your hand up. Was that? Do you want to go ahead and be recognized?
Never mind.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Mr. Redpath?
I mean, I will move. I will actually make a formal motion to do this. I don't think the math.
Okay.
I'll make the motion. I
Okay.
move to use ranked choice voting to elect the secretary.
Choice voting. All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, because the only thing I'm honestly unsure about is because ranked choice, maybe everybody here is probably better than me at math. So if somebody knows ranked choice voting, how to do it on the ballot, I know it gets a little complicated. So
Mr. Chair, all it would mean would be people rank their candidates in order.
If that candidate lost, yeah, we move on.
And I think given the small number of voters here, I think it would be reasonably straightforward to determine the winner.
Okay. All right. There's a motion and a second. Is there any debate on ranked choice?
Yes.
Mr. Chattering, go ahead.
I think this is a lot of extra time, and I think with this, we should be able to reach an agreement that if we are going to elect a position as serious as the secretary, I think we should absolutely be able to do so in a first past the post voting style. And I would offer an amendment motion to replace that with the first past the post to try to ensure that anyone elected secretary should have a wide support base. And if someone can't get 50% of this board to elect them, I think that a ranked choice voting to fall down to a lower ranked candidate should not be done. That would be an indication we should consider a different method, and we should give time for our members to evaluate this race. If we don't have 50% here that will vote for that, don't you think it's worthwhile that our members should get to hear from candidates in a wider setting and with some time to consider this instead of rushing through on similar grounds as like Mr. Ford has extensively talked about, how we continually just push this through for political benefit? This is absurd.
So first past the post voting would mean that even somebody without a majority could be elected.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I meant to intend that it requires a majority vote and simple,
Okay.
straightforward. I would like to see a single candidate get 50% of the vote or not be elected in this election, or greater than 50% of the vote was my intent, and I would ask for a friendly amendment if it has not been seconded.
Has not been seconded
I'll
yet.
second.
Well,
So yes, for a majority, greater than a majority to elected, I don't want to use any kind of ranked choice.
Mr.
Is
Chair,
that-
where we're at right now is
We're too deep.
Mr. Redpath moved to use RCV for the SEC vote. That was seconded by Mr. Vinson. Mr. Chatterton is proposing an amendment, which I believe would go back to just how we've done it. So I don't understand the point of the amendment because it would just go back to a majority, which is what was going to be done, which is what you were suggesting, and you were just suggesting that. So I don't know what the
I'm motioning that we have a majority vote. We amend the motion to have a majority vote for our secretary if we're going to do it today, and if we're going to force this through without allowing people to consider the options.
So if that's the case, Mr. Chair, what I would say is there can't be, the amendment is just to do it the way that we were going to do it per your direction.
Well, from my understanding, if we codify it, that means we all agree we vote on it as a committee, so I'm okay with it. But essentially, Mr. Chatterton would be amending the amendments. He'd be amending Mr. Redpath's motion. That would become the main amendment. We'd vote on that. If that gets approved, and that's the official style of voting we'd enter into, which is essentially majority first past the post with elimination, is my understanding.
I think first past the post was an incorrect statement on my
Okay.
behalf, and so I just mean a majority vote to win the election. That's
Gotcha.
all it is.
Okay. All right. Is there, I believe that Mr. Watkins seconded. Is there debate on this amendment of the amendment?
I have an
Mr.
objection to it.
Okay, Mr. Thompson, then Mr. Redpath.
I don't believe that you can amend something such that it negates the main motion. Right. So if this amendment passes, it has the same effect as voting no.
I believe that's
well.
I mean, I don't know about that's correct. So that you would.
I guess that's. Well, I guess if that's our default position anyway, I guess with your point,
Mr. Chair, as a point of order, sorry, what it seems to me that Mr. Chatterton is proposing is a substitute motion.
Correct. Okay.
I think inquiry. How would this be different than like if we had a motion to thank and then we strike the word thank and replace it with censure, right? That would also negate kind of the like intent of the motion, but it would still be germane, is what I understand. How would this differ from that situation, Mr. Chair?
I mean, if it passes, then we're basically voting on a voting method that we all agree on as a committee. So it's basically the board approving the voting method. If it passes, then it would substitute Mr. Redpath's motion. Essentially, it's the same thing as a substitute. We would just be voting that, yeah, we're all in alignment that we're going to enter into this voting style.
So it would be germane to a motion about voting methodologies to submit to try to switch RCV with majority vote.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Nana?
Call all questions.
All right, we have a motion to call questions. Is there a second?
Second.
Any objection to calling all questions? All right, hearing none. Show of hands for Mr. Chatterton's substitute motion to basically replace the Redpath motion with the motion for just regular approval voting. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Give me a moment, Mr. Chair.
I'm also having connection issues, so if I'm not reacting, that's probably why.
All right, you do have
I
your
voted
hand.
now, Mr. Chair.
All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands raised. All opposed, say nay. Or raise your hand.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
All opposed to the Chatterton substitution, please raise your hand.
Understood. Sorry, I dipped out for a little bit.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
6. All right, so motion fails for lack of majority. So we're back on the Redpath motion for ranked choice voting. All in favor of the ranked choice voting method, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. right, all opposed? All right, looks like the noes have it. So that's it. I think we're going to head in as we originally planned. So I will go ahead right now and open the floor up to nominations.
I nominate Adrian Malagon.
I nominate Evan McMahon.
All right, hold on a second. Mr. Malagon, do you accept?
I do, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right, and who rose their hand for Mr. McMahon?
It was me, Mr. Chair.
Who's speaking? Oh,
sorry,
Mr. Ma-
Austin. Aloha.
Gotcha. Mr. McMahon, do you accept?
Yes, I guess I would.
All
And
right.
thank you, Mr. Martin.
Any other nominations?
I nominate Ben Weir.
I accept.
All right.
Stephen, I will nominate Hector Roos.
Mr. Roos, do you accept this nomination from the swamp?
I'm grateful and honored, but
All right, Mr. Roos does not accept. Any other nominations?
I nominate myself.
Mr. Chatterton nominates himself. All right, last call for nominations. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, sold. So we will go by order of nomination for speeches.
Mr. Chair, I apologize. My inability to respond quickly. I was going to nominate myself as well.
Oof.
You just closed nominations, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, we did close it. I do apologize, Mr. Ford.
Simply for the point of opposing this whole process. Thank you.
I understand. Thank you, Mr. Ford. So we'll go ahead. You guys go with 3-minute speeches. Do you want more time? It's a long night.
It's fine with me.
All right, no objection to 3 minutes. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with Mr. Malagon. Mr. Dar, if you want to put up a timer and just make sure we stay on schedule for tonight. And Mr. Malagon, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I thank Mr. McGee for the nomination. So I was Secretary Pro Tem for about, was it 4 or 5 months during Ms. Harlos's first absence. I've been doing the job now. I've been told that I've been doing it well by the chair and by more than half of the board, I guess. So I would like to continue doing it. I think I'm doing a pretty decent job, and I look forward to hopefully working with the chair and continuing this so that we have as little, I guess, difficulty during the transition phase as possible. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Malagon. Mr. McMahon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Evan McMahon. I'm the chairman of the Libertarian Party of Indiana. I've been involved with the Libertarian Party since 2010, grew up in politics, worked a first campaign as a volunteer when I was 6 years old. As a leader in Indiana and a former LNC member back in 2014 as an at-large, I've helped organize our documents and note-taking processes, streamlining it so that our members can see our minutes, see our records, keep track of what the party is doing. I've also proven myself as a parliamentarian leader unofficially. And so, yeah, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon. Mr. Weir.
What's going on? I'm Ben Weir. You guys kind of know me, Region 6 alternate right now, but I'm also the chair for LPNH, the most successful state affiliate in the country. I originally started my LP kind of ventures into helping out by serving as the secretary for LP Sacramento for a couple of terms. I also helped the Northern Area Coordinator for California establish 8 new county affiliates, in which I helped train all of them on how to be a secretary. I do know I have extensive experience pretty much at the county, state, and national level, but I know that that's pretty much what it needs to stay organized and efficient moving forward. when we launched all those county affiliates, I was able to help them, train up their secretaries, get on the right foot. And I've also, I don't know, I'm pretty organized. I'm very technologically advanced. And, I do believe that the secretary position should be one that is functional, not factional. I think that is the biggest key determination here. Today, obviously, like I said, I serve as the chair of the most successful libertarian affiliate in the country, LPNH. And I do believe that professionalism, discipline, and transparency is really important on the national stage from our LNC. And I look forward to upholding those values if I'm elected. And I believe that, the LNC deserves someone who can focus on the job, not on the drama. And I ask for your support so that I can do exactly that. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ware. Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, I joined this race unexpectedly here. I hopefully can help to ensure that Mr. Maligan is not elected. I believe that both Mr. McMahon and Mr. Weir would make excellent candidates. But I also think that I could do this job as well. And therefore, I think that this board needs to take a serious look in the mirror and consider about how these kind of backroom dealings that have been continually promoting Mr. Maligan baselessly up the ladder to fulfill his
Mr. Chair,
I'll leave that there, but he's continually been pushing these through. We need to be evaluating these decisions based on what is best for the party and not promoting someone who could be a massive liability to this party. I hope to see that we.
Mr. Chair, we're getting into massive derogatory, slander, liability issues here per the ethics.
I don't believe I've said anything.
Point of order. It's a candidate speech.
I would ask that members on both sides of the aisle respect each other, especially members who just previously said that they would like other members to be held account for their supposed ad hominems. I think it'd only be appropriate for everybody involved to please, if you're going to speak to facts, objective facts, and not ad hominem attacks. Continue,
Right
Mr. Jack.
to a point of order.
Objective.
Mr. Chair, it's a candidate speech. Candidates have to have a right to say, my opponent sucks. If you don't, then you don't. It's not a fair race. I agree it's better to focus on positive things. And Mr. Chapman may not get the role because of his decision to do that, but I think it goes beyond the ethical policy standards to apply that to a candidate speech.
I ran for chair in 2024. I didn't hurl insults. I think other people can do the same. Continue,
We've
Mr.
seen
Chair.
how this board handles the business. We've seen how this board has been handling its business under the leadership of Mr. Nikela and Mr. Maligan. I don't want to see those patterns continue. And as I said, I think either Mr. McMahon or Mr. Weir would be found exceptionally good candidates for this role. And so I would ask that vote for anyone but Mr. Maligan.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterton. And now we will move on to a ballot. Mr. Maligan, please proceed. And
point of order, should we not have debate?
I don't think
all questions.
Chair, also have a point of order.
All
questions were called regarding the method of voting that was not inclusive of this election. It was about the motion to set the means of the voting method that were called. This is a new item of business, and it is absolutely in order to have debate on the election of our secretary. And I cannot believe members of this body would try to rush through such an important decision without even allowing.
Mr.
Hold
Chair,
on, they're not recognized. Give me 1 second. I don't believe that we had debate.
This is a violation of our member rights, Mr. Chair.
Hold on 1 second.
Point of order, indeed. I have been continuing.
What is your point of order, Mr. Chatterton?
I have been continually muted when I have been. I have been continually muted when I have been recognized by the chair, including in my nomination speech and in a recognized point of order immediately afterwards. And this is unreasonable behavior. This is further reason why Mr. Maligan is unfit for this position. He's unfit for a position on this board.
Thank you very much.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
What is the nature of your point of order?
Failure to include NOTA as a candidate.
Oh no, we will include NOTA as well. I was actually getting to that. There should be five spots on there. I don't see I mean, we don't typically do debate for elections. We do speeches, we go straight to a vote. So that's how it's been. All questions were called, so technically debate is out of order. That's how I'm going to rule it. It's also unorthodox to how we normally
I appeal
proceed.
the ruling of the chair.
All right.
This isn't
There's an
Mr. Chair,
appeal
this
of
is
the ruling
Mr. Chair.
of the chair. I think that's dilatory because at this point, I
If you
don't see
refuse
it.
to take the appeal, I'll take it myself.
Mr. Chair, these are threats. This
If
is
you
dilatory.
refuse to take the ruling of the
Mr. Chair, can
this
we
is
move
the
on?
third to Robert's rules motion, privileged motion.
Hold on, unmute Mr. Martin. Cite exactly which section you believe that this is out of order.
In Robert's rules, if someone makes an appeal to the ruling of the chair and you choose not to take it, another member of the body may take that ruling up, may actually take the vote on whether or not to appeal your ruling. You can't just ignore an appeal to the ruling of the chair. My appeal is not dilatory at all. The appeal is based on the fact that I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. I have to silence this thing. I'm sorry. My original point of order was that this is from the point of order that the discussion. I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought, sir.
So you're saying that you believe that because here's where I'm
Getting
at.
muted a bunch of times really makes it hard to do my job, and you're refusing to call one guy to order, and it's kind of ridiculous, Mr.
All
Chair.
right,
We need to have a
stay on
discussion
track.
about
What
our
is your
secretary.
what
We
is
need
your
to have
point?
the opportunity to weigh in and say, yeah, I think you should vote for this guy, or yeah, I think you should vote for this guy. It is extremely inappropriate that our member rights are being straitjacketed right now. We
here's
can't
the thing.
talk in the open because of this kind of leadership. And Mr. Chair, I am urging you, begging you,
I'm listening to you.
please allow discussion.
But here's the problem. The discussion, Mr. Nana's motion was a motion to call all previous questions. Unless I'm misremembering, that's how things went down.
My point of order on that matter was that was on the basis of choosing the method to vote on this. Those questions were called. It was my amendment and then the original motion that finished, and then we entered into the election, which is a new item of business.
No, it's not true because it's on this item. So all previous items are called.
Then that would require
This was not on the table.
That's not true. It's all previous items were
That would
called.
require 2/3.
This was not a previous item at the time.
Yes, it was because we were on this item. We were
We
on
were
the
on a motion to set the voting method. That is different than a motion of holding the
It's-
election.
It's germane to the item. We were on that motion.
Why is it your fixation to cut debate on our secretary?
Mr. Chair,
It's not-
dilatory. If we
All
could,
right, let's go ahead and continue to the vote.
I can appeal this ruling of the chair. Is there a second?
Mr. Bost.
What are we voting on right now?
I second Mr. Martin's
okay, so-
motion to appeal the ruling for the chair.
We are voting on the
I would
fill.
like to hear this motion from the floor. We appeal the ruling of the chair.
All right.
Mr. Chair, how would you like to proceed?
We're going to.
Do we have the
Well, let him talk. Let him talk. It's fine.
I'm putting the
Unless
motion from the floor to appeal the ruling of the chair. Shall the ruling of the chair be sustained? All those in favor, please say aye.
Objection dilatory. Objection dilatory.
All right. Well, you
The
didn't get
ruling,
enough ayes.
yes is a ruling to sustain the ruling, and no is a vote to overturn the ruling. This is
sorry,
absurd.
no.
Mr. Chair, I've muted everyone. Please unmute. This is just absurd.
The chair has to take an appeal to the ruling of the chair. That's
Mr. Chair, how would you like to proceed? You're muted.
We should
by the
have debate over the election of our secretary.
First
Mr.
off,
Chair,
first off, Mr. Malagon, I'll direct you to mute members of the board.
Mr. Chair, I put Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin in the waiting room. I just can't take it anymore. How would you like to proceed? And I'll let them back in for the vote.
Let me ask this of members of the body. Is anybody here does anybody here want to overturn my ruling, which is the ruling that all previous questions have been called, which according to Ronner seems pretty cut and dry. But is there anybody else here that believes the same?
Yes,
I think that Chatterton,
wholeheartedly.
because I think we got new nominees for secretary afterwards, and it happened after calling all questions. But I think he expressed that numerous times already. But yeah, I feel the same way.
Okay, if there's widespread support, then let the members back in and we'll move on to a ballot whether or not to uphold the ruling of the chair.
So this would be a ballot on the ruling of the chair
The
for,
ruling of the chair would be that all previous questions were called and that that includes this ballot or includes debate on excuse me, it would include debates on the main motion, which is the motion to appoint.
the ruling of the chair. So hold on, let me just get this before I let them back in. I just want to make sure of that so that we have some quiet. Okay, so appeal the ruling of the chair that all previous questions were called.
Yep.
Okay, like that.
Appeal the ruling of the chair, all previous questions regarding the second item were called, correct.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, sorry. I need to, I didn't do a new ballot. I did this wrong. Hold on. So what I want to do actually is, oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this later. Okay. All right, so.
And by the way, after this, we're going to have a motion to debate because I don't see it on the agenda. So we're going to have to go through this. We're going to have a motion to debate and then we'll debate and then we'll go from there.
A debate on what, Mr. Chair?
Whether or not there's going to be debate or on the secretary position. So they're trying to appeal a motion that all previous questions have been called. We'll let them, and then they can open up, item to debate. I'll recognize them for that have to go into debate because it's not a part of the normal process. It's not automatic.
Just to make sure, so you want a new ballot for allowing, this would be a debate ballot. This is going to go before the SEC vote.
Correct.
Okay. So hold on. Okay, so this is going to be, let me just make sure. So, and this is going to be, let me just make sure that I have it right on the screen. To allow debate on the SEC vote motion. Is that correct?
Correct. And someone would have to make that motion.
Okay, but well, once we get there, we'll get there. Okay, I will, am I good to let them back in?
Go ahead. All right, welcome.
Not quite. One more second. There we go. They should be back in.
Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin, are you back with us? All right, so your colleagues have
I have a point of order, Mr. Chair.
Your colleagues have indicated interest in moving
I have a
forward
point of order.
with the motion to
Point of
appeal
order.
here. All right, unmute Mr. Chatterton.
It is inappropriate to remove members from a meeting without having a vote of this body. I demand that these actions be called to order, and I will be filing formal complaints on this matter for the violations of my rights as a member of this board.
All right, thank you very much,
I
Mr.
also
Chatterton.
agree. That was out of order, Mr. Chair. There's a process that has to be followed in order to remove people. Otherwise, you violate member rights and risk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. This is not debate. Let's go ahead with the vote, and then we'll continue. Okay, cool.
So just so that everyone is aware, the vote that is currently on the table is to appeal the ruling of the chair, and appeal the ruling of the chair of all previous questions regarding the SEC item being called. An aye vote means that you uphold the ruling of the chair. We would go, straight into the vote. A nay vote would be to overturn the ruling of the chair. Mr. Bost.
I vote no.
Mr. Chatterton.
Vote no.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
No.
Mr. Ford.
No.
Ms. Hayes or Ms. Halsey.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
No to silencing debate.
I will vote aye. Mr. McGee. I will pass Mr. McGee for now. Mr. Nana.
Aye.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Nay.
Mr. Watkins.
No.
Ms. Yanuskevich.
Yes, wait,
This is to uphold the ruling of the chair that all previous questions were called.
yes,
Mr. McGee again. If Mr. McGee is not present, perhaps Mr. Johnson.
Sorry, Mr. McGee was muted. Aye.
Okay, Mr. Chair, the vote is 8-7 to 0. Do you wish to cast a vote?
Yes, I'll vote aye. All right, motion, my ruling is sustained. And just to be clear, here's the policy on the mute button, how it's gonna work. If a member wishes to raise a point of order, a point of parliamentary inquiry, etc., they can do so. Pause. I'll recognize you right away, and then you can speak. It's not an opportunity to say point of information and just start talking and debating or saying your point. I will hear you. I will call on you, but we can't. We have to make sure we do it in turn. I'll be fair to you. Just be fair to me on that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to a vote. You've got several options: Malagon, McMahon, Ware, Chatterton, and Nota. And I guess an abstention as well. So we'll go down the list. At your leisure, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Thompson, I believe, has his hand raised.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Mr.
Should no
Thompson.
one get 50% plus one? Does this, are we dropping the lowest?
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Mr. McMahon.
there we go.
Mr. Chatterton.
Pass.
Mr. Dar.
Malagon.
Mr. Dassing.
Mr. Weir.
Mr. Ford.
Mr. McMahon.
Ms. Halsey.
No.
Sorry, Malagon.
Mr. Martin.
Man, I think you're the man.
A point of personal privilege.
Point of personal privilege, Mr. Bost.
Could we ask that the audience please mute themselves?
Yes. Perhaps we should do a mass mute and then let board members unmute themselves.
Yes, give me just a moment, Mr. Chair. I will mute all.
Thank you, Mr. Malagon.
Everyone is muted. If you are a board member that has not yet voted, please unmute before you cast your vote. We are on myself. I will vote for myself. Mr. McGee.
I will vote for Mr. Malagon.
Mr. Nana,
Pass.
Mr. Redpath, you're muted, sir.
Sorry, McMahon.
Mr. Thompson,
Pass.
Mr. Vinson,
Mr. Weir.
Mr. Watkins,
I'll pass.
Ms. Yanuskavich,
Mr. Malagon.
back to Mr. Chatterton,
Pass again.
Mr. Nana,
We'll vote for Malagon.
Mr. Thompson,
Yeah. Evan.
Mr. Watkins, you're muted, Mr. Watkins, if you are speaking.
Sorry, my connection is not going. Mr. Weir.
Mr. Chatterton,
Vote for Mr. McMahon.
Mr. Chair, the tally is Malagon 6, McMahon 6, Mr. Weir 3, Mr. Chatterton 0, Noda 0. Your vote will not make a difference because no one has a majority.
All right. So Mr. Chatterton is eliminated. Mr. Weir, do you wish to stay in the fight?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll continue with a new ballot.
All right, Mr. Bost,
McMahon.
Mr. Chatterton,
Pass.
Mr. Dar,
Senior Malagon.
Mr. Dassing,
Ben Weir.
Mr. Ford,
Mr. Ford, I think you're muted.
Pass.
Ms. Halsey,
Malagon.
Mr. Martin,
Evan McMahon.
I will vote for myself. Mr. McGee,
Malagon.
Mr. Nana,
Malagon.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll vote for McMahon.
Mr. Thompson,
I will also vote for McMahon.
Mr. Vinson,
Mr. Malagon.
Mr. Watkins,
Pass.
Ms. Yanuskavich,
Mr. Malagon.
Mr. Chatterton,
Vote for Mr. McMahon.
Mr. Ford,
This is difficult. I'll pass one more time.
Mr. Watkins,
Evan.
Mr. Ford,
Evan.
Mr. Chair, the tally is 7 to 7 to 1 to 0 to 0. your vote will not matter. No member has the majority.
All right, Mr. Ware is eliminated. We'll move on to a new ballot.
Mr. Bost,
McMahon.
Mr. Chatterton,
McMahon.
Mr. Dar,
You know, she was.
Maligan.
Mr. Dassing, Mr. Dassing, you're muted.
Pass.
Mr. Ford,
McMahon.
Ms. Halsey,
Maligan.
Mr. Martin,
Mr. McMahon.
I'll vote for myself. Mr. McGee,
Malagon.
Mr. Nana,
Pass.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll vote for McMahon.
Mr. Thompson,
Evan.
Mr. Vinson,
Karen and Harlos. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna go Mr. Malgon.
Mr. Watkins,
Evan.
Ms. Yanuskavich,
Mr. Malagon.
Mr. Dassing, Mr. Dassing, you're muted if you're still Mr.
No, no.
Mr. Nana,
Am I correct in assuming that I guess the chair would have to break a tie? Well, it wouldn't reach majority. I'm trying to avoid a scenario that would knock both candidates out. That would be terrible. Is Mr. Dassing voted for Noda?
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah, I'd like to change my vote to Evan.
Mr. Nana,
McMahon.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 6-9 to 0-0. A majority has been reached. Your vote doesn't matter.
All right, then I guess Mr. McMahon, it looks like you are the new Secretary of the Libertarian National Committee. Congratulations.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Third.
There's a motion to adjourn and an objection. We'll take it to a vote. Mr. Malagon, please set the ballot for an adjournment.
One moment.
Point of parliamentary inquiry. Are motions to adjourn objectionable?
Well, we have to vote on it.
Understood.
There's no debate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
Yes. Sorry,
Mr.
technical
Carr,
difficulty.
No.
Mr. Dassing,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
While I truly want this meeting to last forever, I will vote yes to adjourn.
Ms. Halsey,
Pass.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Mr. McGee,
Pass.
Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll pass.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
Yes.
Ms. Yanuskavich,
Yes.
Ms. Halsey,
Yep.
Mr. McGee,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 13 to 1 to 1 to 0. Your vote does not make a difference here.
All right, we are adjourned at 9:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Everybody.
Body of
You
disgrace.
should have tried negotiating and conversation, Adrian. Why not?
Nice. LNC after hours. See y'all later. At Real Swampcast. Shout out LPA Lights. Love you guys.